Bryan, welcome back to InvestorStream. It's been over 2 years since we last spoke, and it's fair to say your business has evolved significantly in that time, and the revenue with it. In your view, what have been the key catalysts that have underpinned the business's growth over the past couple of years?
Thanks. It's good to speak to you again. It's been a tremendous couple of years for us. We've grown our sales over 400% in that time. So we just round out last financial year with $17 million revenue. And I think that's really attributable to the efforts from our team and the fact that they've been able to deliver that long-term consistent growth. And I think the other aspect which is key to this is that we're operating in the right space at the right time. There's never been more demand for food, health and wellbeing products. And that's exactly the sector that we're operating in. And we're selling it in a high demand, high growth market such as China.
Okay, Bryan. So for those unfamiliar with the company's business model, what are the revenue generators and what separates you from your competitors?
Yeah, we've got a mixture of recurring annuity revenues from our client base. So they pay us to represent them, market their products. And then we also derive sales from margin from all of the sales of those products direct to consumers. Now, our expertise and our IP is our understanding of the online marketplace, how to position it and sell a product direct to consumers. And I think that the fact that we're both Australian-based and China-based, like we've got people on the ground in China, people can't travel to China at the moment, so that's a real key differentiation. And our understanding of how to market online and convert direct to sales, both in a Western context and also through China and Asia, is a key differentiator for us.
Thanks, Bryan. I mentioned revenue growth there. The levels of revenue your team is delivering is off the charts, almost doubling the return of financial year 2021. Yet it doesn't appear to be reflected in the share price. I guess you could say it presents a great opportunity for savvy investors. What is the market missing here that will eventually be reflected in the share price?
I think we've gone through a period where we've been very strongly focused on the business and our expansion globally. In the last couple of years, we've grown out to client base from 7 countries around the world. We've been very focused on the development and building out of our platform and our technology. And we've done it in such a way that we can make it a highly scalable business. And we've refined our focus to be exactly where those high growth sectors are. So I think we've been internally working very hard. We think now is the time to start sharing our story with the broader investment market. There's a couple of different things which are happening now. Our recent relationship and partnership with Santander Bank, that gives us access to the client base of Europe's 4th largest bank. So we're working with them closely to identify and take their clients into markets like China and more broadly Asia. So I think there's a range of really exciting opportunities ahead of us. We've got a strong track record now, and I think if people start to look at what the business is delivering, they'll identify the investment opportunity that RLG represents.
Thanks, Bryan. So obviously China is a massive opportunity for you. How have you managed to demonstrate such incredible growth when other companies have been struggling with anti-China sentiment and declines in the China market? And with the Chinese consumer market now opening up again, how well positioned is RLG to expand further in China and other markets?
I think there's a perception and there's a reality. As much as there's been a range of negative headlines over the last couple of years in relation to China and the China market, I think there's enough evidence out there from companies, certainly many Australian companies that are doing very well into China. You can look at the likes of A2 Milk, Blackmore, Swiss, Bubs, and just, there's no shortage of mining commodities and products which are being sold into China. So it's a big growth market, and it's the most populous country in the world. It's got a growing middle class. It's a group of people that are looking for health and well-being and aspirational to Western products. China as a whole, as a market, is a net importer of food. So the focus now is also shifting to a greater awareness about health. So our positioning as a provider of food products, health and well-being products, we think is perfectly placed. And the evidence is the growth that we have been achieving, and the growth that is being achieved by other companies that have access into the Chinese market.
And finally, Bryan, what are the key near-term catalysts that investors should be monitoring as we head towards the end of the calendar year?
Well, I do know there's some exciting new developments in the near term for us. We're looking at expanding our product range and focusing on expanding our margins. Our global expansion continues. As I said, we've only just launched our relationship with Santander Bank. We're working very closely with them to identify the right clients and products to go into the Chinese market. We now have a very well-established top-end client base, a high-quality portfolio of products. We're selling products which are in high demand. So that food, health, well-being space, we're receiving really great traction with one of our clients, Remedy Drinks. That's a great example of food product which is health focused, and that's the very reason we're seeing these sort of tractions in these areas. We feel we're in the right sector, the right time, and we expect that our market cap and our share price will start to reflect that the achievements that we're doing and have been achieved, but also what we're sharing now with the market more broadly about what we're doing and the direction we're going.
Fantastic, Bryan. Really appreciate you joining me today. All the best with the company's progress, and we look forward to seeing a few updates hit the market in due course. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Alex. Great to speak with you, mate.